A shalom, shalom, all praises, honor, glory goes to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Ruchakwadash. Double honor to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Peace and blessings to you fellow brothers out there pushing out this word in truth and sincerity. Shabbat Chanak, coming back with another lesson to the spirit and power of Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Ruchakwadash. And this will be a short lesson, Lord's will. I believe it will be. I've been saying that a lot, but the spirit, be having me going a little bit longer, but I'm gonna try to keep this short as possible. Just a point I want to make, or a thought, something I was meditating on. I'm gonna name this video "The Struggle." Okay, the struggle. I have a definition. I just typed it in to the Google. Let me just read some of the definitions of the word struggle. Okay. Make forceful or violent efforts to get free of restraint or constriction. Okay. Engage in conflict. Okay. We understand that this is a spiritual battle. I might just have to get that. Ephesians. Strive to achieve or attain something in the face of difficulty or resistance. Paul talked about fighting a good fight of faith. Okay. Make one's way with difficulty. Having difficulty handling or coping with. Okay. A conflict or contest. All right. So let me get some scriptures. Okay. Because we're in a struggle. Okay. We're in a struggle here in Babylon the Great, in these chains of darkness. We're in constraint, and it's a war against the flesh and the spirit. This spiritual battle that we go through, and the struggles that we go through on our day-to-day basis. Some days are better than others, but overall we're still in this great fight. Okay, and it's a fight for your mind, it's a fight for your spirit. And there's evil spirits all around us, as well as righteous spirits too, that protect us and guide us. But there's evil spirits all around us that try to get us out of this faith and try to, get us from off the straight and narrow. They'll plague you with certain elements. They'll throw things in your mind. They'll cause divisions. Okay, so let me bring this out. This is Galatians 5:16. This I say then, walk in the spirit, and ye shall not fulfill the lust of the flesh. How do you walk in the spirit? Okay, well, not giving in to the flesh. Okay, being occupied in prophecy, being occupied in things that are going to build up your spirit, not things that are going to build up the flesh. Okay, the scriptures also say in the book of, I think it's Sirach, it says, what is it? How does it go? Give not thyself to thy lust, something like that. Okay. Let me just continue. For the flesh lusteth against the spirit, and the spirit against the flesh. Just as we read in one of these definitions, it says, engage in conflict. Okay. Like when two nations, they engage in a conflict, they fight against each other. That's how the flesh and the spirit is. Okay. The flesh is in a direct conflict with the spirit. They don't mesh. Okay, they don't get along. You can't be in the flesh. Put all your energy into the flesh and then say you're in the spirit as well. You're in the spirit of the Lord. It's impossible. It says in the spirit against the flesh, and these are contrary. See that? Against the one to the other, so that ye can so that ye cannot do the things that ye would. Right. Yahushai told his disciples, he said, watch therefore and pray for the flesh. He said the flesh, he said the spirit is willing, but the flesh is weak. Okay, there's certain things that we want to do, especially when it pertains to spiritual things, that a lot of times we can't get done. But that's the fight. That's the battle. You might have to go on a fast. Okay. You might have to, change a diet. You might have to, give up certain pleasures. and do certain things just so you can be in the spirit. Okay. Like if you want to, sometimes the spirit don't come to you to do a video. Well, you have to be occupied in praying a lot, which we should all be praying. But that's one thing. That's a one way to always try to stay in the spirit is to constantly pray. Okay, constantly pray to Yahweh Shema Shai and ask him, okay, for the things that we need in the spirit. Okay, but if we're, I want to go out to the club, I want to travel here, I want to, deal with this woman, I want to deal with that woman, or I need to get another woman. Here it is, you got 2 women, but now you want another woman. Okay, you're in that lascivious spirit. You can't get enough. Okay, you're over excess with alcohol. That's one way to get yourself out of the spirit, and we see that there's a lot of guys that be in this truth. Okay, and the spirit be on them at times, but they give themselves to alcohol. Okay, them strong spirits. Okay, everything in moderation. Paul talked about moderation. Paul talked about things are lawful, but all things are not expedient. So that's another thing we have to understand in this truth. We're on a tightrope, and when you're on a tightrope, to be able to walk across the tightrope, you have to use balance. So yeah, we're in the flesh. Okay, we do fleshly things. We have to eat. We have to go to work. We deal with our family. But we can't be consumed by those things. Okay, we have to constantly try to be in the spirit as much as possible. How much more in these evil times? How much more in these evil days, where Satan, as a roaring lion, walketh about seeking whom he may devour. Okay, and he devours those that are given to the flesh, that are given to that carnality. Okay. Where am I at? But if ye be led of the Spirit, ye are not under the law. Now the works of the flesh, let me just read a little bit of here, are manifest, which are these: adultery, see, fornication, which are these: adultery, fornication, uncleanness, lasciviousness, idolatry, witchcraft, hatred, variance, emulations, wrath, strife, sedition, heresies, envies, murders, drunkenness, see that drunkenness, revelings, that partying, okay, sex parties and, drunken rage parties and, you know what I mean? You had a cookout every goddamn weekend, you hanging around the world. Okay, and this world is fastly approaching their destruction. Okay, we don't want to be caught up in that. That's why we have to separate ourselves. We're separate. We're holy. We can't be part of this world. Okay? And and in order to not be part of this world, you have to sow to the spirit. You can't sow to the flesh. You can't sow to these things. Okay? Of which I tell you before, as I have also told you in time past, that they which do such things shall not inherit the kingdom of the Most High. And that's our main driving force, okay, is to be received into the kingdom of heaven, okay, which the kingdom of heaven is in us first and foremost, okay, and that's going to be physically translated, okay, when Yahweh Shai comes and he delivers those that are walking in the spirit. Let's read some of the things, how some of the characteristics of walking in the spirit. But the fruit of the spirit is love. Okay, what is actual love? The keeping of the commandments. You say that you love your brother, okay, but you steal from your brother. That's not love. Okay. Joy, peace, long suffering, gentleness, goodness, faith, meekness, temperance. Against such there is no law. Okay, but let me go to what was that? Ephesians, the 6th chapter. Ephesians 6:10. Finally, my brethren, be strong in the Lord and in the power of his might. Put on the whole armor of the Most High, that ye may be able to stand against the wiles of the devil. Okay, what is the armor of the Most High? It's this truth. You have to constantly be meditating constantly, you know, basically, you know, living the precepts. Because you can read, hey, there's a lot of guys out there that can quote all type of precepts. Okay, they're like a walking concordance. They can hit this, they can hit that, they can hit this. You know, they can break down this. They know the breakdowns. But in their daily life, okay, when the camera's off, okay, when it's just them and the Most High, they're not walking in the Spirit. They're not living the precepts. When there's a situation, a temptation that rises in front of you, a struggle, what do? They give in to the flesh, because they've been building up the flesh, not building up the spirit. Okay. And those temptations that come our way, that's part of that struggle. Okay. To deny those things. The scriptures say, resist the devil and he shall flee. But that resisting or that fighting is not pleasurable. Okay. it's a struggle. Okay. Just the daily struggles of life. You know, Jake always talk about the struggles. You know, the best so-called, you know, comedians, the best actors, the best, a lot of times athletes and music artists, they have a story in which they struggled, okay, in order to get the position that they're in. Okay. You know, Jake loves to hear that story. You know, it basically came from the bottom, came from the mud. And that's a story of the Israelites, okay, starting with the elect. The elect are going to rise out of that mud, that dunghill, as the scriptures say. Put on the whole armor of the Most High. I read that. Verse 12, for we wrestle not against flesh and blood. Yeah, this is not a struggle of physical, you know, you're battling an actual person out in front of you. You know, that's not what this is about. Okay, but against principalities, against powers, against rulers of darkness of this world, against the spiritual wickedness, okay, against spiritual wickedness in high places. This is what we're up against. We're up against high level principalities, man. We're up against high level witchcraft on the left hand side, casting spells, you know, and a lot of times they put things in the water, okay, that messes you up on the inside. They try to disturb your spirit. They put things in the air, okay. They blast things on the TV. They blast things on these different social media platforms, okay. And this world is completely just given to Satan. That's what we're up against. And you that try to do righteousness, you make yourself a prey. Especially if you're speaking out against these things, okay. Them spirits is coming at you full fledged, okay. They don't want you to be in the spirit. They want you to be in the flesh. They don't want you to do a video. Okay? They don't want you to read. Here it is. And this happens to me a lot, okay? You know, you pray, you know, you got your Hebrew prayers and stuff like that. And you know, it's nighttime, right? And you're just super tired, you want to go to sleep. But you're like, okay, let me go pray. Satan come at you super hard, he don't want you to pray. And you know what I tell myself? I'm gonna do it just cause this nigga don't want me to do it. Okay? Satan don't want you to pray. Satan wants to oh, you're not worthy. Oh, you're a demon. You know, he'll say whatever he gotta say. But hey, that's the fight. That's the struggle, man. It's a struggle in the mind. Okay? That's what we're battling up against. Okay? We're battling high level forces. Okay? Okay, just for example, Satan don't want you to pray. He don't want you to pray to the Heavenly Father. That's our direct connection to our Creator. Okay, and we have to come to Him for all the things that we need in the Spirit. Okay, and He'll handle everything else. But we have to make that effort. Okay, and it's a struggle. Sometimes, hey man, you just be like, man, to hell with this, man. I'm just done, you know. But you got to keep going. You can't stop. Okay. Wherefore take unto you the whole armor of the Most High, that ye may be able to stand against withstand in the evil day. And that's what it's about, man. The evil day that's coming. We want to be able to, you know, have a fighting chance, a puncher's chance. You know, we are at least in the gym working out. Okay. We just didn't come to the fight, the main event. Here it is. We're about to fight in the main event. And we didn't do no training. We had a whole year to prepare. We didn't do shit. well, at least, you know, you want to, you know, we was in the gym, we was at least running some miles, you know, maybe we might have missed one day, you know, but we came back, you know, we was on a bag, you know, we was hitting the mitts with the coach, you know, we was watching film, okay, we was reading about techniques, okay, getting our mind prepared for that day. We were at least mentally and a little bit physically prepared for the fight. So we have a chance. That's what we want. We want to have a chance when the evil day comes, okay? And if you put on the whole armor of Yahweh Shema Shai as this truth, okay, and you understand the struggle, and you just fight through that struggle, you're going to be able to withstand when Jacob's trouble comes. Okay, because the things and the thoughts and the cares that we have now, they're going to be done away with. It's going to be survival. Okay, this is going to be survival, and you dependent on the Heavenly Father, okay, to work those wonders, to work those miracles. Okay, but you have to have your faith built up. And the only way for the faith to be built up is to struggle through those temptations and to come out on top. Okay, the small battles. Okay, small battles, big battles. Okay, then ultimately you win the war. Stand therefore, having your loins girt about with truth, and having a breastplate of righteousness, and your feet shod with the preparation of the gospel of peace. Above all, this is the most important thing that you should be building up and asking Yahweh Shema Shai for. Okay? Above all, taking the shield of faith. That's what we need, is that faith. Constantly ask Yahweh Shema Shai to build your faith up. Remember, as a mustard seed, and a mustard seed is very small. Okay, if you have just a little bit of faith, that's better than no faith. Because with that little bit of faith, the Most High can build upon that. Okay, he can water it. Okay, he can put it in goodly ground. Okay, he can shine the light upon it. It might be it might grow slow, but it's still gonna grow. But then once it'll hit that growth spurt, man, and then it blossoms into that tree. Okay. And you know the rest of the story. You know what the scriptures say about the mustard seed. But let me read that part again. Above all, taking the shield of faith, wherewith ye shall be able to quench all the fiery darts of the wicked. Okay, and the struggle, and that's the struggle. The struggle is continuing on through the different tribulations, through the different afflictions. Okay. Even though it's grim, even though it's bad, even though it hurts, okay? It's not a struggle if you weren't. The scriptures tell us that we're going to go through these things, but we have to constantly be remembered, constantly go over these scriptures, constantly act out what the scriptures tell us that we should do in these times, okay? There's a little bit more, and then I'm gonna close it. And take the helmet of salvation and the word and the sword of the Spirit, which is the word of the Most High. Verse 18, very important. Praying always, see that? Praying always with all prayer and supplication in the Spirit. I mean, you literally should be praying nonstop. The time that we're in now, you should be praying nonstop, man. Now, there's certain times where, you know, you're occupied in certain things. You might have to have the concentration. You have the job, or you talking with somebody. But any movement you get, hey, man, just pray to the Lord in your mind. Okay, you don't have to go and you know, put your hands up in the middle of the street. The scriptures tell us about that. You don't have to actually be inside your house. You know, you can be in your car. Okay, you can just be sitting at the desk. Oh, Lord, Baba Kashad, can you build my faith up? Can you do this? Can you do that? You know, can you give me more strength? Can you help me get through this day? I want to be able to read more. Can you put the Spirit on me to read? What do you want me to do? You know, you constantly praying, as the scriptures say. Okay, that's you sowing to the Spirit. Okay, remember, the flesh is warring against the Spirit. The flesh doesn't want you to occupy yourself in these things. Okay, the flesh wants you to be lazy. The flesh wants you to be carnal. Okay, the flesh wants you to be impatient. Okay, praying always with all prayer and supplication in the Spirit. See, and watching, you got to also watch. You should be watching the prophecies. Okay, watching what Yahweh Shema Shai is saying, Habakkuk, the 2nd chapter. Okay, and watching unto with all perseverance to persevere. Okay, through that struggle and supplication for all the saints. Okay, so I'm gonna close it there. it was just, something that was on my spirit that I kind of just wanted to, speak and bring out. I pray that the lesson was edifying. Until next time, shalom to the elect.